We've gathered 10 professional gamers and members of the esports community to take part in the first ever Starcraft 2 Survivor. Over the course of 9 weeks, participants will compete in a series of reward and immunity challenges in an effort to out-micro, out-game, and outlast their opponents. The game takes place completely online between the Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm client and Skype calls and chats. Beyond the physical challenges, each survivor will need to craft their own social strategy to build alliances that will take them further in the game. The only rule is that at the end of each week, survivors who have not obtained team or individual immunity will gather at Tribal Council, where one member of the tribe must be voted out by his peers. The end of the game occurs after 2 players remain. From there, a jury of tribe members who have been voted out will take part in a question and answer session to determine the ultimate survivor. Kaitlyn, Brent, congratulations, and welcome to the final Tribal Council StarCraft 2 Survivors. For the course of 9 weeks, you have out-microed, out-gamed, and outlasted every other player in this game. Tonight, there are no reward or immunity challenges. There is only a jury of your peers, ready and waiting to ask questions, looking only for answers that will determine whether or not they vote for you to win the first place prize in the title of Ultimate Survivor. It's been a pleasure to challenge your minds all season long, but my job from here on out is to mediate the flow of the conversation, not to investigate your thoughts and motives. That job is reserved for Suppy, Tubby, Puck, and Tempo. We'll start with each of your opening statements and move into jury questioning from there. Brent, the floor is yours.
I didn't prepare an opening statement, but I would like to say that it's been fun playing with all of you, and it was fun playing with everybody that got voted out before the jury. And I think I've been a straight shooter, and I think everybody can hear. Everybody here can agree to how straight I've been shooting it this whole time. And I think really just based on how straight it's been shot, that each of you should all vote for me. Just based on that, I don't even need to say anything else. Do we really even need to?
Do I need to give a statement?
You don't even need to ask me questions
so
anymore.
Good for me to not. Yeah, I think we're done here.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Thanks. But really,
I thought you were done.
But really, it's been fun. It sucks having, like, at the same time, like, being top 2 is cool, but it really sucks voting out everybody, you know? It really sucks. And I feel bad. Oh, damn it, yeah, I must seem terrible. Damn it.
He does.
I'm so bad.
That's actually shooting it straight.
It is. I only shoot it straight. You know?
Yeah, what was I thinking? Clarifying. My bad.
I will be happy to answer your questions, and I will be truthful. I'll answer the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Nothing but.
Kaitlyn, it's now your turn to address the jury.
All right. So, hey guys. I'm actually I'm really, really happy that I got to be a part of this because I met a lot of people that I didn't talk to before and that I've always wanted to talk to. So I had tweeted at Queenie before to congratulate her on joining MYI. But, I never actually talked to her. I was kind of like scared to, just fangirling from a distance. So I'm so happy I got to meet her and be on the same team as her twice. Still really sad that I voted her out. Bring Brent back.
It's a nice way to
Tempo too, I'm so happy that I've been playing League with Tempo and, League of Friendship can be, can be the same without Tempo. I don't think I've really talked to Puck before. I think we were in like a Skype group before and I congratulated you on some MLG win or something, but that was like the most that it was. It was on like streaming group, don't worry about it. Congrats on whatever it was. But yeah, that's
WCS.
nice. Was it WCS? I don't know. It was a while ago. But yeah. I wasn't on a team with you, Subby, for very long, so I didn't really get to talk to you, but it was still really cool to play this game with you. Jay's a bro, always a bro. You my bro, Jay?
Yup.
Fuck you, Jay. Yeah. So I'm like actually really, really happy that I got to do this and that I got to hang out with people that I had wanted to meet or, that I'd liked, things like that. And last but not least, I love Brent, so no matter who wins, it's cool. It doesn't matter. If anyone votes for Brent instead of me, it's cool.
It's not cool if you vote for Kaitlyn. Consider
Well, that determines my vote. Like, I don't want
But really, I was happy just to get past week 1. Like, I thought
Me too.
Like, when I saw my team, I was like, oh my god. Like, they're all gonna bug me off. It was Sasquatch, Suppy, Masan, and Puck. And then me, Like, I thought I was dead for sure. And so I've just been having a really good time every week after that. Even though, like, when you get into it, you still want to win and stuff.
All right, well, we will see what the survivors have to say now. We'll move to the jury questioning portion of our final tribal council. Suppy, please ask Kaitlyn and Brent any questions that you may have.
All right. Well, first off, I just want to say big congratulations to you guys to getting the top 2 of the first StarCraft 2 Summer Survivors. It's definitely a very hard feat to do, and I thought you guys played very well throughout. And I do have a couple of questions for you guys. Kaitlyn, I thought you were a very, very strong competitor, and you made some very strong strategical decisions. One thing I'm wondering about was how flexible were you in terms of your strategy? For example, did you ever at any point consider keeping me as part of an alliance, or were you always gunning for me?
From which state is kind of a long thing to answer because there's so many different stages. Like there's before Masan told me he was going to vote me out, and there's afterwards. So before, Masan had told us that you and Puck were interchangeable or something like that, and whoever needed to be voted out first would be voted out first. And of course, we were all like fearing our leader, Masan. So I didn't really think about it very much. But then I voted out Masan instead of you because I definitely believed that I could ally with you much better over allying with Masan. Or, I just wouldn't want to ally with Masan after that happened. It would just be kind of awkward. But then you went towards Tempo and Jay. So at that point, not really, to be honest. It just never really came up.
Okay. And I have a second question for you is, both of you guys never really made an effort to conceal your alliance, and alliances are something that are really, really dangerous in Survivor, and it's something that makes you a huge threat. I was wondering if there was were you guys just that confident that you guys would make it to the end, that you could make an effort to conceal it, or what was the thought process there?
Is this to both of us?
This one's to Kaitlyn.
Oh, all right. I thought that because Brent's been on my stream a bunch of times, I thought that it would be kind of pointless to conceal it. That's basically it. And I mean, I've been in Clan Brent for a really long time, so I just figured it would be really obvious. Yeah. For some people, it was really obvious. I think that Queenie said that we were really close. But I guess I didn't realize that people who aren't familiar with me, they might not have looked into that. I just kind of assumed that everyone would have looked into each other and, would have already seen that I was in Clan Brent from the first games that we played. But yeah, I guess that's not how it was. So I guess we could have concealed it, but...
Well, what you're telling me is there was no point in the game that you ever considered voting Brent out, pretty much.
I don't think so. Only even if I would have had to vote for Brent, I might have just voted for myself or something like that.
Okay. All right, thanks. And to Brent, I thought you were definitely one of the friendliest people in the game, and it was always really nice playing with you and being on a team with you. One thing that I thought about your play, I felt like you weren't really a decision maker in terms of the strategy you and Kaitlyn pulled off. So I'd like for you to describe maybe at least one situation where you made a decision that impacted the game.
When it seemed from what Masan was saying that Kaitlyn was going to be getting voted out, I think it was me who was talking to Kaitlyn about being very vigilant in making sure that we get the immunity idol so she doesn't get voted out. So that's one situation. But you're right. In the beginning, it was more just kind of... Masan had a plan, and we're just following it. That kind of a thing. And then... I mean, I participated as well, but... I don't know. I would say that I didn't make any decisions with strategy in terms of who's want to have voted out or anything like that.
Okay. And then my second question is, did you guys convince Tempo to vote for Puck when it was down to you four, or did Tempo kind of just vote with you guys?
I was...
With the...
This is the Brent. This is the Brent.
Well, Tempo knew we were like, because we had just voted off Tubby. Like, I think he knew that we were going to be voting him off next. So I think he just voted off Puck because he would have a better chance in any sort of challenge if Puck was gone.
Okay. Yeah. That was definitely a question. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
And thank you. It was fun. It was good playing with you. It's nice meeting you too.
Okay. That was definitely a question I was going to ask Kwame why he voted for Puck if he was sitting in the final.
Yeah, I was ready to.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for me. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we Puck.
All right, so I have to ask questions.
Ask us what our favorite color is.
So, how's the weather?
It's been nice. I walked out of my house today and the temperature didn't change. It felt like I was still indoors. It was just windy.
When am I gonna see you again, Brent?
If I suddenly get really good, or if there's a tournament in California, probably at some tournament. Or
Was I
wait,
gonna try and sneak
you're
into
not at the Root
BlizzCon?
House. Yeah, at BlizzCon.
Where's BlizzCon at?
BlizzCon is in Texas.
Really? Is he lying?
It's in Anaheim at the Anaheim Convention Center.
Why would you lie to me, Brent? I guess that's all the info I need. And now
That's the one you
so-
want to vote for.
What's wrong with me?
I was like, oh shit.
Okay. I don't really have any questions. They were kind of my only two real allies I found out by the end of the game since the song got voted out. But Suppy, can't trust that guy. He's
Whoa.
really
Something's like, what?
he's really
Taking
deceptive.
it to see.
Hey, you're supposed to be questioning the final tribal people, not me.
Exactly.
You have to phrase it as a question. You have to ask us, like, how deceitful do we think Suppy definitely is?
Okay.
Like that.
Kaitlyn, why do you think Suppy tried betraying me?
Dude, I don't know.
I didn't try to betray you. I voted for Tubby. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't think you did.
Yeah.
He tried to. He tried to.
I wanted to explore my options. Okay, it's not about me. It's about the two people.
We will move on to our next member of the jury, Tempo. It's time for you to interview the final two.
Brent, at any point in this game, did you ever think that Kaitlyn would ever backstab you?
I wouldn't say. I guess I thought about it, and it made me like weigh different things for 30 seconds to a minute at a time while thinking about it, because my mind doesn't really work that fast.
Yeah.
So I considered it, but I never actually felt it. If you know what I mean. More so
Yeah.
than just thinking about it briefly and being like, what?
So it's pretty obvious that both of you have had a really open alliance. I was kind of wondering that if any of you would actually use that kind of alliance idea and the trust that you have for each other and abuse it in order to take advantage of one another or not type of
I
deal.
never thought that with Brent.
Yeah.
Ever. If I had ever made his decisions vote against him, I would have told him or something like that. And I never for a second either thought that he would
Yeah.
betray me.
Yeah, I think that's why I was scared.
I got the same feeling from Puck too, or at least when it was me, Brent, and Puck, because of how Puck voted for himself at the start instead of voting for friends. So I had that feeling from him too.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I just asked it just because when I was in that situation, as far as okay, do I vote Puck or do I split this alliance? I was I had no idea what Puck's motives were. And I was thinking in the back of my head, maybe if I kind of play this kind of joking game, but maybe say something as far as the league, using that as almost my way out so I could eliminate the hard factor of dealing with Puck. And I was thinking if there was any possibility that would even happen, even if say I went to you, Brent, or something, or was that alliance just so strong that I literally had zero chance as soon as I got into that situation.
Yeah. I think basically even if I had some sort of feeling in the back of my head that maybe she was going to betray me, I don't think it was necessarily anything that I should have based any decisions on.
Good. Looks interesting. I just wanted to know that psychology is okay, is the trust that strong that maybe there's another I'm gonna make an alliance here with Puck, and then boom, out of nowhere, no one would have expected that.
I wish I could tell you
I
something
could've done
juicier. I wish I
Yeah.
could say I was planning on backstabbing Brent and it just never came up.
Yeah.
Kaylin hung
I mean, no,
up.
I totally did vote for him every time.
Kaylin hung up on Skype once, and so I was going to vote her off. Totally.
All right, Tubby, it is your turn to ask away.
My first question will be for Brent. Brent, so who do you think was the best captain you had?
You were my captain once, and if the best captain that exists is your captain once, how could you not be the best captain I ever had?
That was a really like weird answer.
You don't follow?
No, I'm gonna need a simpler answer.
So, on the planet Earth,
A 2-syllable answer. 2 syllables, please.
on the spaceship we call Earth, there's a lot of different people that are captains. And in terms of who's the best captain ever, I think you know that you're number one. And so if you have ever at any point been my captain, then you already know the answer to your question that you asked me initially.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
My second question is for Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn, why do you always screw me over and say there's a baton? That's not cool.
Okay. Are we gonna go through this again? Am I gonna do the play-by-play? You helped Trevor blatantly try to get me out. Yeah. You were talking to each other right there in front of me across the table. Over there, like this far away from me.
I don't remember.
Happened. No, it happened.
No.
You know what? I'm done. No more questions.
Okay.
Such a for camera.
This concludes my questions.
Why don't we play Connect 4 like you said? Then this
Can
would
we ask
never
them
happen.
questions?
Let's not forget that there will be one more vote casted in this game by the fans. The survivor who raises the most money over the course of a week will be the recipient of the final community vote. Only time will tell how crucial that vote may be, but for now, Kaitlyn and Brent, it is your last chance in the game to speak your mind and convince the members of the jury to write your name down, crown you ultimate survivor. Kaitlyn, the floor is yours.
I love you guys. It doesn't matter who you vote for. I won't be mad at anyone. Sit.
Brent, it's your turn to give the final address to the jury.
It was a lot of fun. It's kind of sad. It was fun playing, like, doing something every week and playing games with you guys, because everybody here is really cool. It's really interesting. And also the survivors that didn't make it to the jury. It was fun playing with all of them. I'm sorry, Sasquatch, I only got to play with you once. And maybe... I saw you laugh, Jay.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. It's kind of crazy that I am in top 2. I never thought that I would even get close. I was just happy to even be on anything because, you know. So it was really nice to be able to interact with all of you and hang out and stuff. And if you do vote against me, or do vote Kaitlyn over me, it's no hard feelings or anything, and I hope you don't have any hard feelings for me having to vote for you. Potentially, maybe I voted for you at some point. And as for the community, if I guess just vote whoever you like better. Yeah.
Jury members, I want to remind you that you'll be writing down the name of the player that you want to win the first place prize and title of Ultimate Starcraft 2 Survivor. Kaitlyn and Brent, I wish you the best of luck. With that, it's time to vote.
All right, well, you guys aren't lucky enough yet to see who is going to get the votes. We do have everyone on call. We're going to do a little bit of talking real quick here. So let me just set up the screen regions as we have Doom, Brent, and Kaitlyn joining us. You guys can unmute your mics now. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, cool. Let's make sure I didn't mute my microphone or something. I'm just getting the new region set up so we can do lots of talk. We got Doom joining us as well. He rushed home from work. For those who don't know, Doom is Mark Sturmer, the host of StarCraft 2 Survivor. Normally at work at this hour, so made a special exception to come home for the live finals. Good guy, Doom.
Great guy.
Not that good, Rifkin, but
You're
I
right.
would miss this for the world.
You do have red hair, I mean. Now, Doom, I actually prepared something for today that you don't know about that I'm very excited to share with you after we're done this, before we go to the votes.
Okay.
Now, what
I'm excited to see it.
All right, we got everyone set up on the screen. Say hello, folks. Let me get some really cheesy, loopy music in the background. Here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. So what we're gonna do, real quick, we've got the votes to go through, but the big thing is, a large part of the Survivor tournament was put on by us. We were the people on the screen. Well, I wasn't, but these were the people on the screen for the entire event. I was kind of the man behind the scenes. But more importantly, you guys, the community. You'll notice the chat's on screen, and for good reason. You guys put the prize together for this. We started this tournament off with a meager $250, expecting to get nothing out of this, just that hopefully people would enjoy their time and get some small amounts of money. But we've raised, like, including the personal donations to Kaitlyn and Brent, we've raised over $1,045 for the Starcraft 2 Survivor tournament. That is literally over 4 times the amount we thought we would have gotten. So big thanks does go out to the community. What we're going to tell you right now, before we go into the votes, before we show you whether the community vote is going to be really important or not, what you need to know is we're going to be accepting donations. Oops, that got rid of the screen region for some reason. There we go. Sorry, guys. We're going to be accepting donations up until the last moment, until Doom actually says, congratulations, blank, you are the ultimate survivor. You guys can still chip in and contribute to the prize pool. You can contribute to either of the players. Maybe you realize Brent needs the community vote more. I don't know. You'll find out in moments. But Kaitlyn and Brent, I gave you guys a list of the personal donations you've received so far. And we're going to make sure we do give you guys proper thank yous. So we'll start with Brent, because alphabetical order is cool. Oh, you're muted, by the way.
All right.
There you go.
So I'd like to thank everybody who donated for me. Thank you, Partoof. Thank you, Partoof. Let me find the list.
Yeah, I put it in scale. You just scroll up a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. So Patrick Quist. I don't know if people want me to say their first name. I'm going to though. So that's Partoof, thank you. Martin Dahl, Lewis Monka, he's on my stream a lot. Werner Rin Thorstensen, that's right. Thank you. I'm not sure who you are or what your Twitch name is, but thank you. And Richard Theobald, thank you as well. Appreciate that.
And Kaitlyn?
Alright, first I'd like to thank my parents. And next, Brian Kowal, you made the right decision. Donating to me. I know you've been cheering for me all tournament long, and I will not disappoint you. Also, Richard Theobald, who gave money to both me and Brent.
Richard.
Could have just doubled my pot with money.
Such humility.
Thank you. And also Flaming Pie, who does a lot of work on my Wikipedia page. I've noticed. I check the source. I check who's adding stuff. So thanks so much for that. And he's a great mod. So yeah, thanks so much. Good choice.
Alright, and I'm going to take a time now to move the screen region over here so I don't block it out again. There we go. Doom and I, again, we put a little bit of our own money into this. We were the ones who put in the prize pool initially, and any money we got after that was going to be phenomenal. I am going to take this time to give a big thank you to every single person who's donated. And a lot of people donated twice. So you're going to hear multiple names here. But of course, Base Trade TV kicked this off. But of course, Base Trade TV's portion came from the people who already donated to funds. So the regulars here on Base Trade TV. We got myself. We got Mark Sturmer, the guy over there. I'm not sure which direction to point. But the man in the awesome Hawaiian shirt. Partoof, Martin Dahl, David Force, Brian Kowal, Partoof again, Brian Kowal once more, Gustavo Torrico, or Tomiko, however I pronounce that. I'm just going through this quickly, guys. Daniel Rex, Miguel Vilfar, Tijocas, I know I'm saying these all wrong and I'm so sorry, but Chris Mooney, Fabio Bugler, aka Zervas. We had an unknown donation of $5 as well, Stephen Cooper, and Partoof once more, and of course, the name Brent couldn't say, and I'm not going to say it any better, Werner Rind Thorstensen. And of course, we had D the Hunter make a contribution just recently, so I actually gotta go look up his name real quick. Oh, we actually had a couple more donations coming while we've been doing this, so even better. But Hunter Wong, Martin Dahl again, putting in another $20.
Martin.
For Brent, specifically.
Sick. Thanks,
Not
Martin.
just the community prize pool. Let's see, and Christopher Jones, $5 towards Kaitlyn. And of course, guys, Brent's not happy with you, Chris. As if she didn't have a big enough lead. But the big thing is, guys, the money that they're getting, that's not split between the prize pool. They're each individually getting those donations. So if you guys were planning to donate to them, now is probably the best time to do, as it could help them win a little more money. Now what we're going to do is put a pause on the really cheesy music that I've got running right now, because it's awesome. We're going to show you the votes. Now the really important thing is Brent, kaitlyn, and even Doom have not seen these votes. They have not heard the reasonings on why people voted the way they did. But we have one last announcement. As well as donations, something we didn't have until recently, so the option wasn't there, is a subscribe button on Twitch. What we will do is pledge yours. If you subscribe to the channel today while this is airing, we will pledge the money that we get from that subscription towards the player of your choice. So either Brent or, wait, over there, kaitlyn. So you guys can keep that in mind. If you have a couple dollars and you're kind of hesitant, that's another good way you can spend it. But either way, the money still goes towards these two players competing for first and second place. So without further ado, guys, I'll mute my Skype so you don't have to worry about muting your mics. And we'll jump into the final tribal votes for StarCraft 2 Survivor. And we'll see just how important that community vote may or may not be. See you guys in a sec.
Can you see it? Can you see my vote? Can you see my vote? This is my vote. No, wait. Oh, wrong artwork, man. I got the Brent one mixed up with the kaitlyn one. Nah, of course. Yep, this is the one. That. Boom. All right. So, like I said, yo, the League for life. You know, the League of Friendship from the beginning. Also, on a more realistic point, when Suppy kind of asked also Brent the question of, like, you know, the whole decision making and stuff, it did seem like kaitlyn was pretty strong in that sense, and I definitely got to give it up to her for making it that far with the person that she's in the finals help. So it's like kind of weird that she wouldn't be there if it wasn't for you, but like at the same time it seems like, you know, the last like winning the last like 3 or 4 immunities and stuff like that, she had more of a presence, I would say. So you're still my hair flipping bro, and we will reclaim the America for our Native American heritage, of course. But I did feel like kaitlyn was the ultimate survivor when it came down to the get down. So that's what I gotta say.
Hello, Brent. If you're reading this now, or hearing this now, that means I have voted for you. My one true ally throughout the whole thing. No disregards to the others, Basan, and I'm sure there is another person who would stick by my side. But congratulations, you won my vote, and I hope to see you again shortly.
I want to say I thought you guys had extraordinarily weak final tribal statements. You guys answered questions very, very poorly, and so I feel a little bit strange giving the vote to either one of you guys. But considering that kaitlyn at least came in with a statement, and I think throughout the game she played a stronger game. She was a stronger competitor in challenges, and she won more challenges. And I believe she was the one who made the decisions, whereas Brent was kind of just coming along for the ride. I think kaitlyn overall played a very good game, despite the really bad final tribal. So I am going to be giving her my vote.
I gotta vote for Brent because he's got the best hair flip in America. Maybe if I vote for him, he'll teach me it. I don't know. It seems like a win-win. Also, Brent said I was the best captain he ever had, and that just won me over. I strive for that every day, and kaitlyn also screws me over all the time as far as a Catan, so there's some ill will there, so I don't know if I just couldn't vote for her. At the end of the day, I just had to go with Brent.
Alright, coming out of that. Sorry, had to fix screen regions again because they broke during the thing, but Skype is unmuted. Welcome back, guys. So, Doom obviously we're gonna ask you some questions, but were either of you expecting the votes to go the way they did, for the people to vote for you that did?
Say that again. Sorry.
Were you guys expecting that outcome from the votes? Were you surprised?
I was not. I am surprised.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. Two of them, Tempo and Puck's vote, I wasn't surprised about, but Seppi and Jay's vote, I was pretty surprised about.
Totally not expecting that.
I think too, you guys, so some behind the scenes stuff here. I'll let Doom start talking as I give him the totals. We have a blooper reel we're going to show you actually to embarrass Doom a little bit here in just a moment. To buy these guys a little more time to get last minute donations in. But Jatoro777, we need to give this man some love, subscribing to the channel and pledging his donation towards Brent because of the American flag in the background.
Sick. Thank you. A true American.
A true American indeed. Alright, well, one thing before we jump into this, guys, Kaitlyn and Brent, they came to me, and like I said, these guys were asking, like, who's winning, like, every day it felt like, and of course I couldn't tell them, but Kaitlyn was really worried. I think at one point you were asking, like, if anyone even voted for you at all. Do you feel a little bit more relieved, a little bit better, knowing that you had a split decision when it came down to it?
Feel a lot better. I'm still surprised that Jay voted for Brent, and I'm driving him to WCS.
Thanks, Jay.
Sounds like you gotta get him to pay for some
beards.
gas money to make up for whatever money you may lose here, Kaitlyn. Of course, guys, so you know, Kaitlyn is currently in first place right now with a lead of $135 over the 87 that Brent currently has. So if you're here in chat and you love Brent, you gotta help him out. First place is $612, guys. Second place, $175. Neither of these two are going home empty-handed. But of course, someone's gonna be a little bit happier than the other. But Doom, are you ready for the embarrassment that is about to ensue?
Bring it on, Rifkin.
Bring it on. The challenge accepted. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave the mics unmuted so you can hear these two giggle as we watch this. So enjoy.
I want to see this. Those are the best. I hope that like one of the things you show on October 11th is just a string of marks saying fucking over and over and over again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, sure tried. Welcome to the first ever Starcraft 2 Survivors Jeopardy session.
Let's just restart that. I can't cut that.
I like it.
Okay.
Starcraft 2.
Oh, this is the best.
Let's leave
That
that
was
one.
when I don't work off a script. Okay, here we
I
go.
like that one.
Yeah, sure tried. Welcome to the first ever Starcraft 2 Survivor.
Are you combining Survivor and Jeopardy? Is that what's
Absolutely am, man.
That's so good. Survivor.
I like that.
Alright, Kaitlyn, back-to-back wins going into tonight. 2 more, and you're guaranteed top 2 in the game. Do you think that you would get, shit, fuck.
Do I have to win? Do I need one more?
Our 8th and final member of the jury. I mean, our 8th.
I think you had it, right?
Game is over.
Wait, is it over?
You son of Your tribe has spoken. Well, with that, let's not forget
I
that
got
there
one
will
more
be...
question. Brent,
Hold on.
So,
All right, Doom. How are you feeling?
Fuck, Tubby.
A little red in the face right now. You seem to have gained some color since we went to that that little scene. All right. Well, we're gonna do a little bit of Q&A with the chat. So if you guys have questions for Kaitlyn or Brent, we're gonna pop off. Not too much time here, just a couple minutes to buy Brent a few more minutes to hopefully rally his support. But I'll start it off with Doom. So Doom, let's take away from the fact that you and I have been so involved with the show this entire season. You've obviously been the host. You've asked these guys a slew of questions throughout, I think it's safe to say, the entire season. Do you have any questions that you could never ask on the show that you would love to ask Kaitlyn or Brent right now?
That I could never ask on the show? I would say I probably would have and should have asked this before, but was there ever a point when you thought that you guys were absolutely completely done for? Like, was there a point when you just thought, even in the early stages of the game, that you were definitely going to get voted out one week by whoever it was or whatever alliances that were floating out there in the game? So basically,
in
were
week
you
one,
scared?
in week one, when I the very first week when I saw my team, I was just like, no, I'm gone for sure. There's no way that I was gonna get by that. Sasquatch, Puck, Suppy, Masan, and me. You know, like I'm so surprised they even made it past week one. Like, for sure, I thought they all knew each other already, and they were just gonna vote me out immediately. And I only knew Masan. And I knew Puck too, but I didn't think Puck would vote for me, but I thought that Suppy and Sasquatch and Masan would for sure.
Week one was out of control. I was reviewing week one from before and just looking at the way the teams ended up. It was, I know we were scared from a production perspective whether it was going to be imbalanced, but it turned out to be the best thing for the show, I think. And seeing you get past that first week was definitely a point where I thought that you were definitely a strong player in the game. But I didn't see like any nervousness from Kaitlyn in terms of like tribal council. She was always very confident. The most confident tribal council being the one where you played the hidden immunity idol during. But was there a point when you felt threatened by anyone in the game, Kaitlyn, besides that moment in the game?
I was still really nervous about that. I think Grant probably remembers me staring at him being like, what if they found an idol too? What if the person I vote for like has an idol and then they vote for the other person? I was just like, oh, what if my idol doesn't go through? What if there's some twist to it where if you play an idol, you automatically lose and get voted out? So, I don't know. Every single council, there's kind of like that cloud of doubt kind of following me around, to be honest. For the worst one, I don't know what the scariest one was. Maybe when it was Masan, Suppy, me, and Queenie. Because even though I was kind of in an alliance with Masan, just because he voted off Gage that first week, I never felt like he could completely be trusted. So yeah.
That would be the one moment where I thought it probably could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
you survived it, and here you are now.
Here I am.
I would like to give it a shout out. My series, the entire series, the entire season, there's a lot of laughs and a lot of really sad moments. My favorite was the tribal council Doom just referenced, where Kaitlyn came in with the hidden immunity idol, full of piss and vinegar, just straight up asking, "So you still gonna vote for me?" Like, really just putting it all on the table. It was awesome. It was funny. It was scary all at the same time.
Spooky.
Definitely if we were gonna award bold play of the game, that would be the boldest play of the game. For sure.
Well, we actually have some questions from chat. So if you guys have questions, now's your time to ask. I'll filter them through, so nothing stupid, please. But Sephiron asks, at Brent and Kaitlyn, what was the best experience in taking part of the competition, other than getting to know the other people?
Other than getting to know them, I guess it was really fun playing with them. All the challenges were really fun. It was every reward challenge and immunity challenge that you wanted to win so bad, because there's so much uncertainty with any sort of alliance or what could happen, or is there an immunity idol, and you wanted to win so bad, and that kind of made it fun in a way.
For me, it was watching the episodes, because they're edited so well and they're so funny, and even if you're part of the episode, it's still so funny to watch it again. There are some episodes where I watched like more than once. They're so good. So yeah, it's my favorite second part.
That actually makes me really happy to hear, because I put like blood, sweat, and then some into those episodes. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
A lot of time.
Jagtress, one of the most, I think, dedicated, not saying the most, but one of the most dedicated viewers so far, she asks, what are you guys going to do now that you have more of a following? Is there a thought of going pro, or are you just going to, I'll add this last part, or are you just going to enjoy the gleam of being ultimate StarCraft 2 survivor?
Well, always trying to get better to eventually go pro.
Is that your answer?
That's my answer.
Yeah, I've been playing Starcraft and basically just doing that, although I do put a lot of time into my stream and whatnot, for a while now. like months and months and months. So that's always been there. Doing this doesn't really change that. Doing this actually makes me more comfortable with doing more, I don't want to call this fluff, but like fluffy content, not like straight up tournaments and that's it.
Yeah, not the normal.
More
Yeah,
original
yeah.
content.
Yeah, well, that's
The
what we'll
original
call
content,
it. Yeah.
Original content. So for the past year, like I didn't do any interviews or like I turned down requests to be on shows and things like that because I just wanted to focus on playing. And I was worried that if I did this kind of thing, it would, I don't know, it would just make me look like a fluffy kind of person. But now I'm like way more comfortable with it.
Yeah, for those who don't know, by the way, the scheduling for this too was, I think, a combination of invasive but also very relaxed, I should say, at the same time. Like, for example, for those who don't know, we tried to film episodes 2 weeks in advance at the start of this, and we kind of had that little bubble of opportunity in case, like, say Kaitlyn had to go to a tournament, or Sup, you had to play in WCS or something. If we couldn't record that week for some reason, we'd have another to fall back on. We ended up eating those 2 weeks of space almost immediately, which meant we were editing and filming 1 week apart. And it was every Tuesday we'd have like the reward challenge. Every Thursday we'd have the immunity challenge. And they'd take like an hour or two. I mean, usually not too much time aside from like 1 or 2, but much dedication to Kaitlyn and Brent. I mean, it's not a long investment each day, but coming back week after week at the same times. I mean, even for the players who aren't here today, it's quite the task. But question for Kaitlyn. Michael Takio asks, where did you buy your glasses? And I'm going to ask, are they prescription?
I popped out the lenses, but I spent an hour trying to pop them out the wrong way, and I was like, oh, this isn't working. And then I tried like once the other way. I want to poke myself in the eye right now, and it worked. Anyways, there's this accessories store in Canada that's for little girls, and I guess boys too, and it's called Claire's. So I went into there, and I got them from Claire's.
All right.
There was like little kids, like little girls that I was like walking over to pick them out with their moms.
Did
so
you
awkward.
beat one away, like get the last pair and say so long, suckered any like little kids?
No, not that awful.
She steals it
I
out
guess
of their
we'll never
hands.
know.
All right, well, we'll wrap up the last couple questions here, guys. Dr. Trejo89 asking, what was the funniest moment that you guys remember? I'll let Brent go first.
The funniest, probably with Tubby interrupting Doom. Those were really funny moments. Tubby made a point. It happened more than in those 2 blooper reels, but he made a point to interrupt Doom, and it was really funny every time. Yeah, those are probably the funniest moments that I remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say Doom's blooper wheel, which I'm really happy that Graham ended up making that. And so many moments from Tempo. I can't even begin. I don't know.
Yeah.
The skeleton hoodie where he was talking about how like something would happen to you if anyone made a mistake and voted for him. Yeah. Dog the frog. Him falling over during a haunted forest.
Yeah, kicking his webcam out. That was...
And even at the start, Brent's teams to Starcraft, when they were coming out with the name, like Suppies, Puppies, and stuff like that. I don't know. Those are my 3.
Yeah. Puck had some really good funny moments too.
Yeah, Puck.
Every now and then he just was really funny.
Yeah, it's a shame he didn't get to have his camera on for more of the series, because like there's a lot in the first couple episodes where he just couldn't get his camera to work or Skype wouldn't load it. Like it wasn't him actively saying, no, I don't want to show my face, but it was just problems with the connection. And even when he wasn't doing the classic Puck giggle, he was just all around a pleasure and hilarious to be around.
Yeah.
But okay, very last question. D the Hunter, another dedicated viewer who's been here for I believe every single episode to support both of you guys, asks, if you guys have been asked to do a second season, what would you say?
I would say yes for sure. For sure. It's good. It's a good experience all around. Definitely would do again.
I'm not sure. I guess I'd probably say yes for sure if I was actually asked. But right now...
Right now, we need a break, yo.
Yeah. After the stress, and I still have flashbacks, but I was trying to find that the hidden immunity idol, and me searching through all of Graham's personal YouTube videos relentlessly.
Oh god, that was embarrassing.
Need a break, yeah.
She even managed to find my like personal YouTube channel, not the Base Straight TV one. I was like watching those videos. I'm like, what are you doing? Stop that! Like,
Shoo!
You got some funny videos.
yeah.
Yeah, then I pasted them all to Brent.
Oh god damn it!
Yeah.
I thought it was just you, so. All right, well guys, with the Q&A completed and no more donations coming in, we'll have Doom read off the final tallies and award one of these two players the title of Ultimate Survivor. Take it away, man. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I got a really. Oh, never mind. I thought I had the music queued up still. I'll just put the cheesy stuff back on. Sorry. Go ahead, Doom.
I mean, should I even read off the votes? I mean, we know who got there, but I'll build the drama.
Why the hell not? It'll be more fun this way. It's the way we've done it the entire
Build
season.
it up.
Yeah.
We'll do it. I got the votes written out. I know who's gonna win. All of you will know in just a moment as well. Kaitlyn, Brent, once again, thank you so much for your participation this season. It was a blast to work with both of you.
Thanks, Doom.
And we're gonna figure out which one of you will be crowned Ultimate StarCraft 2 Survivor in just a moment.
It's like where we put a commercial break.
Votes have been tallied. They are final. We'll read them now. First vote. Kaitlyn. Second vote. Brent. Kaitlyn. Brent. For those of you wondering, they mailed me the votes every time that we actually had to read them. But in all seriousness, the community vote will now determine the winner, the first ever StarCraft 2 survivors. Without further ado, by your choice, the winner of the first ever StarCraft 2 survivors and the ultimate StarCraft 2 survivor, Kaitlyn.
Bottle of Hypnotic, I'm opening it.
Look how happy she was.
You know what?
Congratulations, Kaitlyn. The total of $135 raised. You are the ultimate survivor. Brent, of course, raised $87 to his name. A very strong showing in the final community vote. And it did get to a tie, so just that close away to it. But Kaitlyn, you will forever go down in the history books as the winner. First ever StarCraft 2 survivors. Pop that bottle of Hypnotic or whatever it is.
I like how it matches your
Champagne.
shirt, by the way. Like, such a girl thing. But you guys, don't feel too bad for Brent. Second place. He got $87 through personal donations and another $175 for second place. So, doesn't walk away
Thank you.
empty-handed. And someone said Tempo should get an honorary prize. He would certainly get the honorary prize of being like best bro on the show, but there is a third and fourth prize worth $43 each. So Tempo and Puck not walking away empty-handed either. Have a lot of great videos, have these on YouTube for life.
Oh, I can't wait till we get those out there. You guys, if you guys didn't donate to the show, there were so many behind the scenes
yeah.
moments where people would just put everything out there and let you know their thought process throughout time. I did my best at Tribal Council to try to get into their minds and get them to reveal as much as possible. But as you know, we got a whole tribe of straight shooters throughout the entire season, so we didn't get that much information revealed to us. But those of you behind the scenes got to see a lot of awesome information. That'll be out on YouTube in the next couple days, so you can relive the entire series. There's also a Liquipedia synopsis by one of the fans of the show, iManiac. He put together a synopsis of every single episode, and it's out there on Liquipedia for the history books as well. So
Yeah, big shout outs to
well
him.
documented.
Caitlin, how's that bottle going?
It's great. Ready for a victory shot?
There you go.
Chug it.
So Caitlin will be walking away with not just the $135 she raised from StarCraft 2 Survivor, but also $612 from the prize pool. And you know what's really I think you should feel really happy about, Caitlin? That's
Sorry.
more than some pro gamers get from monthly tournaments. That's more than people get from weekly tournaments by a large
Hey.
margin.
Did you see my article in the Toronto Star? I'm an aspiring pro gamer, alright?
Well, that's my
Actually,
point. You've
yeah.
probably made more money than a lot of other aspiring pro gamers by a large margin just from this tournament alone. So whether you guys want to see this as fluff, as dedication, as original content, the bottom line was this was StarCraft 2 Survivors. I'm Rifkin. This was a lot of fun to produce. Doom, you got any last words?
I want to give a big round of applause for Rifkin, who edited every single episode of the show by himself. I gave a little bit of input, but that's after he edited everything from its complete raw footage. It wouldn't have been, it literally would not have been possible without his contribution to the show. I wish we could give him a paycheck on top of it too, but
Me
we
too.
did do this from volunteer perspective, and it was just basically just heart and soul that made it all happen. And his contributions cannot be over exaggerated because they were just, it's just incredible. If you guys go back and look at some of the details that were put into the show, the small little tidbits from behind the scenes, he broke the third pane of view a lot just based on what he did in the editing process, but it's very clever and truly something that's never been done in StarCraft 2 before. So it was a pleasure to do this. I hope there's another season behind this. I've got every single vote that was casted throughout the entire show here. If some lucky fan tweets me on Twitter and really wants them, I'll ship them out to you or something. But
I
other
have
than
my
that,
votes too still. So sad.
it'll go down in the history books as one of the best things I ever did in StarCraft 2, and I'm just happy to have been a part of it, and it's really fulfilling to see it all come to fruition and finally be completed. It's a sad day, but a happy day at the same time.
Yeah.
And we've made a lot of really good fans from the show, and the channel's really come a long way since this first got aired, and we now have subscribers. We're partnered on Twitch, and it's been a fantastic experience, and we've really made a lot of really good friends along the way. So thanks to every single one of you who tuned in, and I'm gonna stop monologuing now.
Yeah, well, actually, before I toss out to Brent and Kate, I almost forgot entirely, Quantic Gaming helped us out with this so much, guys. We never reached that goal for them to put a huge chunk of money in the pot, but without them, a lot of this wouldn't be possible. Big thing was them helping us get partnered here on Twitch, helping us get set up in the right direction to make all the right choices to make this the most successful tournament that it possibly could be. So much love to them. But of course, Brent, any last words to the fans, to anyone else?
I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank everybody who voted for me. I want to thank everybody that played. Of course, Mark and Rifkin. Thank you guys so much. You guys put a lot of effort into this. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, Graham and Doom, you guys are so amazing. I guess since Brent said Mark and Rifkin, I'll just go that way. And thanks everyone who watched, everyone who voted. Thanks so much for everyone who donated to me with your votes. It means so much to me. Thank you so much. Since the community vote ended up being the tiebreaker, it means so much to me that you guys are basically the reason that I won. Thanks also to Tempo and Stuffy for voting for me. And congrats, Brent, on second.
Congrats on first, Kaitlyn.
Thanks, Brent.
Alright, guys. Well, it's been a lot of fun, and I want to thank every one of you who stayed around through the entire season, the entire series of StarCraft 2 Survivor. With that, we're going to end the broadcast. This will come to a very abrupt end, and I need to go make sure I pay Kaitlyn and Brent the money they so definitely deserve. So with that,
play League?
yeah, sure. We are, you know what, actually,
4 vs 4s, come on.
hang on. We'll not end this abruptly. We'll revisit Doom's bloopers one last time, guys, and then we'll go off air. I love you, Doom. But yeah, Brent said it earlier. I can't even tell you. There were so many more, but I couldn't go through 500 hours of footage to find every single one. So we just took some of the best ones. Anyways, guys, it's been a blast, and we'll see you later. With that, I give you Doom's bloopers.